Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology coach, and personalized learning coordinator for my district.
And I am her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin.
Yay!
Yay! I hope you had a happy Labor Day weekend.
Is it a happy Labor Day weekend? Like happy? I guess it's the end of
It's an
summer.
enjoyable Labor Day weekend.
Yes. It's
And
full of festivities.
Now it's time to get back to work. Get back to that
First day
labor.
of school. It's the first day of school.
For a lot of people,
in Wisconsin, for sure. Actually, I shouldn't say that. A lot of schools have kind of already started back. We just, in our area, don't start till after Labor Day.
Right.
That's the tradition. Everyone's working, so we start after Labor Day. Makes it official.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty excited. I'm excited for the school year.
I am excited too for the podcasting year.
You're excited for the podcasting? Because we run school year, so it's the podcasting year as well.
That's right.
Yeah, so season 2, episode 28.
Correct.
And we're talking about exciting things to start the school year. So getting to know your students.
Yes.
That's our focus.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
I like to theme what I talk about. And yeah, there's so many things that you want to learn about your students, and you want to have a great classroom environment, and you want everyone to feel comfortable. And it doesn't always start with content on day one. Like, you need to build classroom community. And there's so many cool ways to do that. So I started with 3 ideas.
Can I talk about something really cool real quick before we get into it?
Yes, you can.
We experimented last week, and we're going to experiment again this week with transcriptions for the show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So I've tested out a whole bunch. I geeked out and tested a whole bunch of different transcription platforms. The one that I really like is also free.
Ooh. Can we put the link in?
We can. It's Otter, like the cute little animal.
My favorite.
.ai.
Otter, OTTER.
.ai.
.ai.
And
what does it do?
with their plan, you get 548. I'm sorry, we're at 548. You get 600 free minutes per month to transcribe.
Okay.
So we figure we do one of these podcasts a week. They're usually about a half hour-ish. Mm-hmm. So we've got time and time and time left
Maybe
over.
we should just talk more. So
yeah.
Or not.
And so when you can do it one of two things. The cool thing is it has an app, and you can put the app on your phone, and then let's say you're recording a lecture, and you want to be able to go through your notes on it and see things that talked about, or maybe record ideas from your students.
In schools, a lot of things need to be transcribed for students who have other needs, and a lot of school-based, a lot of websites are, you have to, it's required now to have things transcribed. So I think there's tons of benefits to being able to have what you're talking about transcribed.
Totally. And not only does it do this, but it also determines whose voice is which. And then you can say, this is Shenna and this is Fuzz. And it actually will take your Google picture if you're signed in with Google. Mm-hmm. And in the transcription, it shows your little face, your name, what you said.
Fun. And it scripts it all out.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Only little problems. It's not 100% accurate. It's about, I'd say, 98% accurate.
Okay.
Also, if you talk over one another, there's sometimes a little bit of either it merges your paragraphs together, and it's real easy to edit on either online on the computer part of it, or if you use it on the phone.
Cool. Does it transcribe schnazzy as an actual word?
We're gonna teach it too.
Schnazzy.
Schnazzy. I think.
Hashtag schnazzy.
I think that's the one word I had to really.
Schnazzy.
change a
Because
lot.
it's not, and I guess I don't say snazzy.
Right.
It's,
There's a SCH to it.
yeah, it's snazzy.
SCHNAZZY.
Yeah, snazzy.
It is definitely a Shanna word.
It's snazzy.
So, otter.ai,
Cool.
check it out. And it's a really helpful tool. The other tools that I tried are Rev, R-E-V, as in Victor, .ai. I thought I was using Rev.com. Rev.com is expensive. Rev.ai is like 3 cents a minute to transcribe, which isn't horrible, but and you get like a free, I think you get like 300 minutes free to start. It doesn't work as well as Otter, and Otter's free. There's also another one called Temi, T-E-M-I, and that one looked promising as well. But what I was trying to do was automate through Zapier to say when we upload our podcast to our Amazon account that it automatically pulls the transcription down and then transcribes it in Otter and kicks it back. But I'm still working on that.
Okay, well, you can report back when you've mastered that as well.
I will.
Sweet. That's very cool. I'm glad you can share that. Yeah, we'll
Thank
put
you
that
for
on
letting
the
me
site.
share my geekiness.
I'm happy that you're being geeky.
Also, free tech tool, and I've done my part. So
and we can
enjoy
put
the rest of the show.
In the EdTech Directory.
I'll see you later.
Nice. I don't
Just
know.
hit the space bar when we're done.
Yay! I would like to point out, I don't know how loud Snoring Dog in the background is. I mean, I know she's like our little mascot, but holy cow, our dog has allergies.
Yeah, she is one. She's very comfortable right now.
I'm going to take a picture. She's going on Twitter this week because
Yeah.
I've used her as an example when we get to like our third tech tool this week. So I'm going to side by side the real dog with the digital version that we made.
Yeah, she deserves to have an example made of her this week. She is snoring to beat the band, as my mom used to say.
Nice. So, to our actual like focus this week, getting to know your students and doing some cool, creative ways of asking students about things that they're interested in and reporting out to one another and all of that fun stuff. So, first things we're talking about, word clouds.
Word clouds.
Well, and I guess like there's a lot of different ways to create like these word clouds, like they're word clouds. Where you take all the words that you want to describe yourself or something.
Right.
And then you type in the information, it gives you a little shape, you can change the font, the color, and everything and make it beautiful. Well, I know that we use those every once in a while for like a project, or I've seen cool ways where people use them for like holiday gift tags where they'll like describe the person and make little hearts. I think I've even done it for Christmas ornaments before. But what a cool way for students to kind of share about themselves quickly.
Right.
Because you don't want to have like 12 hours of art projects in your classroom, but at the same time, creating something that they can have words that describe their personality. They can have their interests. They can come up with words that describe like their family or their looks or whatever you want to do.
Places they visited.
Sure. Or places they want to, like goals.
Names of their animals.
Yeah.
If you live on a farm, names of your farm animals.
There you go. Bacon and eggs. So you can create word clouds. It's the website itself. I guess I should take a step back here. Is wordclouds.com. Wordclouds.com. It's very easy to use.
Almost too easy.
It just literally comes up and you click on word list and you type in your list of words and you can pick your shape, your size, your colors, your font, and you can stretch it out or make it larger or smaller, and you got a cool little word cloud. Once it's done, you can choose with your file if you want to, how you want to save it. So you can save it as various different types of files, from a JPEG to a PDF. Like image maps, all that kind of stuff. So you can save it and then you can do whatever you want with it. So if you want students to download it and put it someplace, or they can use the picture as like a background on a computer, or if they're creating like an EduBlog and you want to have just get to know your students more.
Print it off, tape it to your folder.
Yeah, you can do that too because people still do that. Kids still carry folders. They
Yeah.
still have papers. So
Do you
it's
still
kind of
make
a cool way.
do kids still have books? Like textbooks?
Some do.
Okay.
A lot of them are virtual. They're digital.
Do you have textbooks in your class at all?
Do I have them in my classroom? Yes.
But they're not some that people take home.
Do I use them?
Right.
Not often. They're more of a...
So you don't make people go cover them with their...
No.
Okay.
No. A lot of students now, it's more like if they've got Chromebooks, they've got virtual textbooks. So everything's online. Everything's paperless.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I do have textbooks in my classroom because they sit on the shelf and we use them as like a reference guide every once in a while.
We use them to make our students taller in their chairs.
Not even that. No.
No?
We have standing desks, and some if they want to be taller, they can stand up. So yeah. Anyway, so
Books. Who needs them?
Who needs them? But yeah. So it's just kind of a cool way I've seen where you can do even like a gallery walk where students have them like set up and they have to guess like whose computer is which one. It's just a fun way for kids to kind of create something and share a little bit of information about themselves, and it's not too invasive, I guess, like day one of school. Another one that goes with creating word clouds is EdWordle, which Wordle I feel like has been around forever, but they have an Ed version and it's edwordle.net. Same thing, type in your list of words. You can add your shape and change your colors. There's not as many shape options in EdWordle as there is in word clouds.
I'm learning a lot about you
straightforward.
by looking at these word clouds. These are your word clouds?
Are they amazing?
Chocolate, robots, family, reading, tech, pizza, podcasting, crafting, travel, and computers.
Yeah. What else should I add to my word clouds?
I've learned so much about you.
Do you feel like you know me?
What else should you add? Polka dots?
Oh, yeah, that would be. For those, you wouldn't know because you don't see me, you just hear me, but
Yeah.
the computer's got polka dots, my phone's got polka dots, my tennis shoes have polka dots.
Right.
There's a lot of polka dots.
Your bag has polka dots.
My purse is polka dots.
Purse, yeah.
My classroom borders around my desk have polka dots.
Right. So polka dots could make the list.
Yeah.
I would say breakfast foods.
Oh, yes. Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Waffles.
And desserts.
Chocolate brownies.
And me. Oh, that's family.
That goes under family. You're lumped in the category of family.
Cheer.
So EdWordle does not have as many options as word clouds, but still user-friendly, quick and easy. Kids can produce some cool stuff very quickly. The other thing about word clouds is across the top, the very top of the screen in word clouds, there's options like photo collage and photo editor, and actually there's like a Toonie tool, and I will talk about some of those tools in later podcasts.
Okay, so they have other tools.
They have other tools besides word clouds.
Cool.
So that's kind of cool if you want to dig into those. I will talk about them at a later date. I feel like Toonie Tool even made it to the Facebook page this summer because I was playing around in Toonie Tool and threw it up on the Facebook page.
All these names sound made up to me.
Toonie Tool, word clouds, photo collage.
EdWordle.
Ed
Sounds
Wordle.
like he's a
guy.
high school
Hey, it's Ed
basketball
Wordle.
coach.
He's walking down the street.
Hey,
Ed Wordle.
Hey, Coach Wordle.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, learn so much.
Coach Wordle, give me 7 words to describe yourself. Strict, like basketball.
Fouls.
Like
You're benched.
Following the
All right, we're just gonna stop there.
basics.
Yep.
Nah, I got nothing.
Nice. So there's that. Word clouds. Quick, easy way, quick icebreaker. Share some info with your kids. Have them share about you. It's kind of fun.
I'm really excited for one of these that you have coming up. So which one are we on to next?
Trello.
Crello. That sounds too much like Trello.
I know, your favorite website ever.
Trello is my favorite.
I feel like we've talked about
free
Trello.
tech tool. Yeah, it would be
How many times have we talked
number
about it?
one of my number ones.
I feel like
Number
we've talked
2
about it
of my
4
number
times.
ones would be Zapier, which we've never talked about, but
We'll add it to the list.
sure. It's automation software.
Cool.
Works with APIs.
Great.
Okay.
All right. So, Crello. It's a cool way to make digital posters.
Okay.
So again, we're getting to know our students. Start of the school year. You want to have students create something cool about themselves. And it reminds me a little bit of Canva. Like those of you that are familiar with Canva. or even Flip Snack a little bit. But it's very much, you've got your free design templates. You just drag it over, and then students double click into the template and can switch out the information. And they can add pictures, and they can change out the background. It is nice because when you get into backgrounds, you can choose like patterns or colors, and then you can also sort by like free, which is nice. So you're not like searching for the free ones.
Sure.
You can add your text. You can add your own files. It's really simple to use. What is cool and I appreciate about Crello is that you can download what you've created. You pick a JPEG, PNG file, and then once you've downloaded it, you could print them. Like, it's not, or sometimes, there's like a watermark, or, like there's stuff that...
Can you download it as PDF?
Yes, PDF standard. You can download it. Sure can.
Looking at this, it looks like you could also use this for things like resumes.
Yeah, it's more like businessy than it is.
But it's got a very modern design and color palette to it, and it looks really aesthetically pleasing. And it definitely shows you too which ones are free. If they're not free, they've got a little diamond up in the corner.
Yeah, it's just very, which
signifies premium.
Money. Yeah, but what I guess I've like talked about things before, like Canva and like Flipsnack and Be Funky and all those. This kind of falls into those categories, but it is a little different. Like, it is a little more modern than some of the stuff. It is very easy to use for students, and if you want to switch it up to just have them be comfortable with what they're doing, but make them feel a little uncomfortable. I don't know if that makes sense. You know how you're
make them think a little bit,
stretch their like learning a little bit without being like, oh, we're just going to throw it all out the window.
Right.
I just really liked the look of Crello, and I thought it was very easy to use, and I liked that you could download it in different ways and use it.
Yeah, that's great.
So you can hang it up, or they can, like you said, stick it in a folder or share it with a friend or create bulletin boards. I know I like to do like getting to know you, like bulletin boards and stuff like that. So
maybe
there's ways to build that in. Any, I would say 5th grade and up would totally be able to use this.
Maybe make a birthday card for your favorite podcaster that's coming up.
Yeah. Oh, which one?
I know, both of us. Virgos all around.
Woohoo! All right. So now that everyone's going to send us Crello birthday cards, I can't wait to see how many of those we get.
Probably.
Because you could send in your email,
hundreds.
too. You could totally PDF it and then email, drop it in, little birthday card, techtools4teacherspodcast@gmail.com.
The longest email address, there's probably...
Known to man.
Somebody at Google is like, let's just sort and see who's the longest. Oh, gosh. Look at that.
The longest. I don't think it's the longest ever, but it's
pretty long.
It's obnoxious.
techtools4teacherspodcast at gmail.com.
Send us a message. Maybe a Crello birthday card. All right.
We might end up with snoring dog email addresses here soon.
That'd be fun. Snoring dog.
By the way, there's now also
sirens. Snoring dog.
But wonderfully, our dog is not barking at these sirens.
No, she snores through them.
She doesn't care about sirens. She cares about doorbells.
The neighbors.
Larger dogs. Not smaller dogs. She could not care less.
No.
But big dogs. And
delivery people.
Yeah.
The mail lady. All right.
Speaking of our dog.
This is the most...
I am a pro at segues.
You are. So rock star. So the last one I have today, I was trying to think of, like, there's so many avatar sites out there. And I thought it would be super fun for the first week of school. Like, have students create avatars. They don't have to look like them. Just have them create an avatar. That would be something super cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's a dragon on my screen right now. Have them create an avatar that would describe them, or like that's their interest, or something fun that could share clues about them, and then have other students guess whose avatar is which one.
Oh yeah.
Because it comes out in a tiny URL once you create one of these. So the website is Voki, VOKI.com. And what's funny is I used this a long time ago. Like, I used to use the site for my blog way back in the day. And then I kind of forgot about it, and then it's come back because it's revamped itself. Like, they have a whole set for classroom and educators that you could pay for. You could actually set up your whole classroom, and every student could have a avatar that they work with on a regular basis, and then you have to pay for it. But if you want the free version, which of course is what our focus is here.
That's what this show's about.
There's a couple of options. You can have you can create an actual account and have a teacher, and then you get like 5 students on your account.
Okay.
So you could kind of just work in like small batches. I don't know exactly how it works because...
Do you think somebody over there was like, how many students do you think that a teacher typically has? 5?
5. 5 seems reasonable. I think the goal is then you would use it with a small group and then fall in love with it, and then every student would want to use it.
Right.
Or you can do what I've done.
Have they met teachers?
Yeah. We work around. We have a lot of workarounds. But what I...
Could you teach more kids for less?
Please. Yes. Okay. So what you can do though is you go to the website and you just click on create.
Yeah.
And it comes up with the screen and you just start making. So they have whatever they throw at you first. They just throw in a random something for you to look at. And it has like 3 columns that almost look like what's it called? Like when you like the machine, like if you're gambling and you like pull it.
Oh yeah, a slot machine.
A slot machine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got 3 columns on the left-hand side, and what you do is you pick.
We're not gamblers.
No, clearly. So then you can go through the starred ones. The starred people faces, animal faces are paid, so I'm not going to use those. But they have different shapes, and then they have like a whole collection of animals, and most if not all the animals are free in certain parts. Then they have a whole just cat section, and then they have a whole just like odd, weird, like anime animal section. And then they have a dog section, which is where I was playing around today. And so you can just create an avatar. So you pick an animal or a person or anything. They have lots of options. And they even have emoji faces too that you can choose from. And then you pick like the little picture that looks like clothing. If you have an animal, they don't have options for clothing, but you can change the mouth, which I think is funny. So like people, if they're wearing clothes, they give you options. If your person has accessories, you can change accessories. If they have like a hat on, you can change that. But like the animals, if they don't have a shirt on, you can't put clothes on them.
Okay.
So they have to come with like before you can make adjustments to it. Then you can pick like the animals have mouths, so you can like make them smiling or frowning or whatever you want to do. Then you can swap out the background. They have holidays, and they have from holidays to like real pictures. So like I can put a dog in a sky, to like party atmosphere, to this dog is bowling right now. Anyway, and then you can pick the paint colors, and that's how you change their eyes and their mouths and their teeth and their hair, and you can change the color within the color palette as well. So you have all of those options. Then at the bottom, once you've clicked through those 4 things and chosen what you want your avatar to look like, you click the sound button, and then you can choose for voice. You can type in the message and use their voice.
Okay.
You can click the microphone and just talk at your computer, and record yourself. Or you can actually, they give you the option of calling in. Like you could use your cell phone and call it in. Or you could have upload an audio file that's already created. Once you've done that, you click play, or you click save, sorry. So you type something in. Then you click save. And then you give your character a name. And you save it. And then it will produce an avatar. It says character created, sign me up or log in. You don't actually have to do that. You can just say no thanks and continue as a guest, and you have your avatar created.
Yeah.
Now, you can share this one, so you can put it on Facebook or Twitter, or you get the tiny URL link to share. Mm-hmm. But you don't want to lose it, because if you lose that link,
then it's gone.
You lose
forever.
the avatar. That's the thing. It's like you have to keep track of your avatar. So if you're doing this as like a one-time deal, this would be great. Or like if your students just need it for a day, or just as long as they save the link, they will always have it, I guess.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you're afraid of your students losing your link, then you want them to sign up and go with the free version. But if you're just going to have them create one to like express yourself today, create a Voki avatar, explain something about yourself, pull it up on your Chromebook, and then share it with everybody, or drop that tiny URL into my Google Classroom, and then I can house the whole class's avatars.
Right.
And then we could play a game where you pull it up on your smart board, have the avatar talk, guess who it is.
Yeah.
So you can make it an interactive game with your class too. So as long as you as a teacher can, have the kids somehow, probably Google Classroom would be my suggestion, turn in that tiny URL to you, then they have it. And if they lose it, honestly, it wouldn't take them that long to reproduce it once they've done it once. I mean, it's super fun, and they'll probably spend hours just because they could spend hours making their avatar. But it's a cool way to create an avatar and have it talk and share some information about it. Like first week of school, it would be super fun to do with a class.
Could I play the one you created so that we can have the audio?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to switch my microphone settings. So if you hear some pop, that's just this. And volume on. This is an avatar that looks like our
dog, snoring dog.
Alina.
Snoring dog,
Yep.
Alina.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm Alina. Have a good school year. What?
And there you go.
And I will point out that while I created the Voki, our daughter, who's 4, voiced it for me.
She's now a voiceover artist.
So she was like, "It's Alina," our dog, snoring dog, who just poignantly snored. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And so I was like, "You want to be your voice?" And then I just told her what to say, and she said it. And it records super easy. Like, turn it on, turn it off. It's recorded. It's ready to go.
So that's Voki, VOKI
.com.
.com.
And it is fun too because the Voki, animals, people, whatever, when they're on your screen, anytime you move your mouse, they watch your mouse move around the screen.
I got a little distracted before because I was looking at our Alina dog and moving my cursor around.
Because they look around. It's just cool. It's fun. Try it out. Use it with your students. It's cool to do.
Definitely.
So there's that. And really one last quick thing that I want to share, but we'll talk about more at a later date, is mark your calendars.
Mark it up.
September 30th.
Put it on your Google Cal.
Okay.
Cuckoo Cal.
September 30th is International Podcast Day.
Oh, man. We're going to get so many gifts this month. It's just both of our birthdays and the International Podcast Day.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get donuts and be showered with microphones. By the way, I'm really looking at some new mics.
Okay. Well, we'll
Someday when
save
we
that for
have
a later
some
date.
money.
Find some free ones. But yeah, so mark your calendar. We'll talk about it more at a later date. But International Podcast Day is September 30th. And what a cool thing to maybe think about with your students.
Yeah, I'll be thinking about it with my employees.
Yeah.
All day long.
You should.
On the 30th. It's a Monday.
It is a Monday. So there should be a podcast on that day. Coolness. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed this episode, visit me on smartnwi.com or on Facebook. Join us.
Yeah.
I did post the Voki of Snoring Dog Alina on Facebook, so check that out. I'll probably post it on Twitter later too, but you can check out Facebook page. New episodes each week, season 2. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed in this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we hope they do. And we will talk to you again next week here on the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. Thanks for listening.